Hey guys, we are here for, what is this called? I forgot again. Sunday Aftermath number 2, the second installment of Sunday Aftermath. And it's very gloomy out. You can see it's just like white sky. It's all cloudy. Gotta love these sky shots that I include, right? And it's raining. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it's raining on and off. I wasn't even sure if I was going to do this outside. I was going to do this video, but I'm in a very wooded area right now, so there should be spots where no rain can penetrate the trees. So hopefully that's the case. I almost tripped over myself. So what am I trying to say? Yeah, no dogs today either. Yeah, I'm by myself. I took the dogs out earlier today because it was supposed to rain. It was the rain was quite strong earlier today, and it's supposed to go all night. So I thought better walk them earlier, and I'll just make my video right now. Now, I was originally not even going to make this video because I wrote another comedy sketch for today that I was going to record today. But because of the rain, by the way, we're at the spot where I record many of my videos. This little open area here. This is a little bit behind the scenes look into my world. Doing these, twirling shots where I'm spinning like this makes me extremely dizzy. I did that for, I think, the trapeze artist video. I was spinning around, and after I was done, I felt like I was hammered. But yeah, I record many scenes here because there's a nice open area where sun can get in. And then there's once again, I'm spinning and I'm getting dizzy. And there's a lot of trees for a very pretty background. Now I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I wrote a comedy sketch that I was going to record today. However, the weather is not cooperating, and every single scene in the sketch that involves me is an outdoor sketch. It is an outdoor scene, so I need to be outside. The camera needs to be outside, and I don't want to, I don't know how water resistant these iPhones are, but I'd rather not break it. Actually, I've heard people dropping it into water, and then they just put it in a bag of rice or something in order to get the water out. I've heard of that. I just was reminded of that. This may be it's not the first episode where I've had my hoodie up. I've had my hoodie up in several sketches, but I believe every single one of them features my shirtless character where I'm always wearing the glasses. So this might be the first one where I'm glasses-less. Lots of S's in that word. So yeah, no comedy sketch today, but I'm going to do one. I'm going to do it tomorrow. The one that I wrote today, I'm going to record it tomorrow because it's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, 14 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, probably 60 something, maybe even high 50s. I don't know. So that's what I'm going to do there. So today was my Todd Eats episode, and I did the beef merlot TV dinner. It was very good. It was extremely good. I even, we looked at the nutritional facts, and they were so reasonable that I just decided to eat my regular lunch afterwards. Now, if you've seen my Eating Like an Autistic Person for 6 years video, I reveal my daily meals in that video, and for lunch I have a fried egg sandwich, and so I did not have that. So basically the beef merlot replaced that, but I did have my apple, and I did have my 15 Fritos corn chips. Yeah. And then I also had my mini ice cream. Well, what the heck is that called? Ice cream sandwich. I was forgetting what it was called. We're entering the spot in the trail where the trees are very close together, so camera-wise, it might not look that great. We're probably going to get a lot of head-on shots. I feel like I look better from the side. When actresses say that, I never really thought about it until I started filming myself a lot, and I feel like I look better on the side. I'm becoming a diva. So, yeah, so I got a couple other things to say. I did prepare slightly for this video. So a couple days, like for the last few days, I've been dealing with some issues here, some health-related issues. So a few days ago, I had a big flare-up, a big autoimmune flare-up in my groin area. So I'm not going to get to. This is definitely a huge TMI situation, so I'm not going to get into the gory details, the literal gory details, but it's I've been dealing with that for the last, it was quite painful, and then it's I've been dealing with that for the last few days. Hopefully it's on its way down, because yeah, it was not fun. I think that's all I wanted to say about that. Wasn't there more that I wanted to say about that? I feel like there was. The camera work in this section is really bad. Forgive me. But it's so claustrophobic over here. I've been on this section of the walk before in my dog walking video. I forget what that was called. Walking in the woods video. I take this route. But, so what do I have? Actually, I wrote down the stuff I wanted to say, which leads into another thing that I wanted to say. All right, so I have a piece of paper here. Okay, so it says, what does that say? Todd eats, autoimmune, raining, wrote sketch, behind the scenes. Yeah, behind the scenes. Okay. So this little piece of paper here, when I go to record when I write my comedy sketches, I write them on my computer, like in Notepad. And then when I go to record the scenes, often they're outside. And so what I do is I write everything on this piece of paper. I have a notebook. I forget why I bought the notebook for a comedy sketch, actually. I think it was for the Modern Chicks comedy sketch, because one of the guys in the video was writing a love letter, and so I bought like a journal or whatever, a notebook on Amazon for like $5, and it had a whole bunch of pages. And so I've been using the notebook for my comedy sketches, which is coming quite handy, actually. And so my thumb is in the way. It's really annoying because my thumb wants to be right here. That's where it's most comfortable, but it's always in the way. So yeah, what I do is I write everything I need to, like I write all my lines onto a piece of paper, and I also write directions, like if I have to use my hands, how the shot has to be set up, like where the camera looks, and all that sort of stuff. I write it all on this piece of paper so that I just consult the piece of paper when I'm out, and I know exactly what I have to film. And then when I'm done, I go back home and edit the video. So it's very handy. I have it down to a fine art. It is very streamlined, very efficient, and I'm very proud of my work. But what I wanted to mention actually is this is sort of, I use the bottom piece of paper and for what I was going to say in this video, and the top piece of paper is the remnants of a previous comedy sketch. And I didn't realize at the time when I wrote this stuff, I just noticed there was like a blank space of paper on the ground, on the bottom there. So I wrote my stuff there, and then I actually read what sketch this is from, and it's from the no makeup sketch. So I'll show you here. So it says, texting girlfriend, takes pic of abs. Yeah, she's like obsessed with me, takes dick pic. It's kind of funny. The original line, right, the second line there, it was supposed to be, yeah, she can't seem to get enough of me. But then I ended up changing it to, yeah, she's like obsessed with me. That sounds better. But yeah, this is what that sketch is what this piece of paper is from. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, so it's 9:46. I should probably stop. What I really wanted to do was spoil the comedy sketch that I wrote today. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and do it quickly. I I think I'll just stand here. No, I should probably walk while I talk, right? So I'm going to spoil the sketch. So I'm basically just going to tell you exactly what happens in the sketch, and I'm going to be posting tomorrow. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then you could probably just stop watching. However, so basically, the sketch is going to start with like a Disney princess castle. So in probably like, I don't know if it's Snow White. What am I trying to think? I think I'm thinking of Alice in Wonderland. At the beginning, they have like, there's a scene where you can see the castle off in the distance, right? So I think the sketch is going to start there to an establishing shot. And then it's going to zoom in on the castle, and there's going to be a princess in the castle, and then no. I got the I have it written down. I got the sequence of events mixed up. Anyway, and then it cuts to me, and I'm stanced, positioned like an infielder who's about to field a ball, right? Baseball. And so I'm like that, and I say, "Okay, babe, show me what you got," or I forget the exact line, but that's the gist. And then she, the princess, she blows a kiss, and then it cuts back to me, and I'm like, okay, I've got to catch that kiss. And so then I run off frame, and then there's like a long distance shot where the camera is like sort of showing the sky, but there's not going to be trees. It's just going to be like an open sky. And then there's going to be like lips flying through the air as if it were a kiss, right? So I have to find a PNG online of like a lips PNG that will fly through the air. And there's going to be a sound effect too, like a slide whistle or whatever going through the air. And then it's going to cut back to me. I think I once again got the sequence of events mixed up. It's going to cut back to me, and it's going to be a handheld shot where I'm holding the camera like this, and I'm like running, and I'm looking up like this, like I'm getting ready to catch the kiss, right? And then I basically just did exactly what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, and then it's going to cut to like a long distance shot with an open field, and then it's going to be me running. The camera's going to be static. It's going to be still, and then it's going to be me running across the frame of the camera off in the distance, and I'm going to be like looking up, trying to catch the kiss. And then I finally catch the kiss. I do a little small celebration, and then there's like a close up on my hand that has the lips in it. I have to put the lips in that shot too, and then I close my hand, and I put my hand in my pants, and I sort of move it around, and I'm saying stuff like, oh man, that feels so good, stuff like that, And then as I'm doing that, the video transitions into a Photoshop picture that I have to create. Shouldn't be too hard though, of me like groping the butt, the booty of the princess. And then if you've seen any of these other comedy sketches, oftentimes there is a song at the end from my Self-Inflicted Memory Loss album, and I have the perfect one that consists of a sample at the beginning followed by some brutal free jazz music. And so I have the perfect song for that. It has a very funny sample at the beginning that is appropriate to the sketch, and then it's going to hit the music. And so we're already 14 minutes in. This is way too long. So I'm sorry for doing this, and I'm sorry for spoiling the video tomorrow. But anyways, I'll see you next time.